Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hull City in Football Manager 2018. And since last episode I have played two games. First we got a decent win away versus Palace, and then we had a nightmare, complete nightmare, when we got destroyed away versus West Ham. So we went from some good results to a very frustrating one. Not much to say about this game. It was a disaster. I mean, looking at the statistics, this result doesn't feel fair, but they did dominate the game if you look at statistics. But yeah, very frustrating. Don't like it at all. Another fun fact, what to call it, is after this game, Lapadula, he actually scored during the game. And after this game, he was the top goal scorer of the Premiership. Since that game, other guys have moved ahead of him, but for a short time, he was the #1 goal scorer of the Premiership. He's currently at 10 goals. So these lads have been picking up quite a few goals since that happened. But I mean, pretty decent being in the top goal scorer in a small team as ours. Today we are playing Everton, and looking at the table here, you can see we are quite a few places ahead of them. But, and this is a big but, we are only 5 points ahead of them. So even though it looks like it would be a lot of places, it's only 5 points, and 5 points is nothing. And considering our current situation, we are desperate for 3 points, because we're currently down to 8th place, and Watford, just like us, has only played 17 games. So if he loses this one while Watford wins, that means we are going to be 5 points away from a spot in Europe, and that's nowhere near where we currently want to be. Another interesting thing right now, if you look at the date, it's the 28th of December, which means this is the last game before New Year. So the January transfer window is about to open, and when we see in the next episode, the window will have opened. And of course, as always, I've been scouting a lot. And first off, this is our players that currently will become free transfers at the end of the season if nothing happens. And for those of these players that are not based in England, we could actually very soon, in just days, start to try to offer them contracts. And there are some really big names here. I mean, players like Cavani, Godin, Matic, Luka Modric, Chiellini, Chiellini, Olivier, Thiago Silva. There are some really fancy names here. I'm not sure if we're gonna go for anybody. As you know, we got for quite a few of them for this season, but I mean, most of these guys are pretty old, and I'm not sure if we need more old players. It's more like we're probably going to try to sell some of our oldest players during the summer. But we'll have to think about it. I mean, could we get some of these players for free? Free is usually never a bad deal, because even if they only do a season for us, could be some good business selling them on later. And of course, we're not only talking about potential free signings, we are of course also looking at normal transfers when the window opens. And you can see here some of the names are showing up once again, because they are transfer listed because of their contract is expiring. But we have still a decent amount of money left here, a pretty good amount actually. So we have money to spend. I just don't know if there's going to be any player where we feel like, oh, this would be a great signing for us, it will really strengthen the team. But it's going to be an interesting January transfer window, just because we have so much money. And you never know, maybe somebody else gets transfer listed during the window. But I feel like that's enough talking. It's time to play some football. And this game takes place. It's only been, I believe, like 1 or maybe 2 days rest since this last game. Yeah, look at this. It's only been one single day's rest since that devastating game versus West Ham, which means I'm rotating the whole team. The only player that are starting this game that played the last one is, of course, our goalkeeper, Joe Hart. All the other guys is getting rotated, and hopefully that will be to our advantage. I haven't checked out to see if they have as tough as a schedule as we have. I hope they do, since the AI usually doesn't rotate as heavy. That could be to our advantage, but I just don't know. So this is the Everton team we're up against. I feel we definitely should be favorites. They have some really quality players, there's some good lads, but we have that home advantage, and we are desperate to get into a spot in Europe. And if we win today, we won't be there, but we just really can't afford to lose. We need 3 points. That we need it. We need it desperately. And I'm going to tell the lads, I expect to see a much better performance from you today. And most of them agree, because I mean, last game's performance was a complete nightmare. It was basically garbage. Can't get much worse than that. And hopefully we can bounce back here and take 3 points, because I mean, we really, since we are playing at home, it's key to get 3 points in games like this one. But of course, me talking like that usually means that the game decides to laugh in my face, and something bad is going to happen. But let's just pretend that I didn't say that. But here we have a corner. It's Sosa. Afonso Sosa for the corner. And look, that could have been offside. It was very close. I'm just waiting for a few seconds. It's no offside. Beautiful. This is a dream start. We haven't even played a minute when we are 1 goal up. Let's take a look at replay here. Afonso Sosa the corner. And then Brandon is going to win this one. And then we have on the goal line here, Suma. And beautiful. No offside. Clearly no offside when I saw the replay. Yes, got a little bit worried there for a few seconds. But we are off to a dream start. And look at statistics right now. They haven't even had a single chance. So hopefully we can keep putting pressure on them and maybe increase our lead here. And yeah, look at this. They have a few guys that are already down to 70% fitness level. So we are winning the fitness game once again. Look at this, 7 shots to 1 too. Come on, guys. We really feel like we are dominating this game, but a 1-goal lead is so fragile. Like, it's nothing in this game. It can change for a blink of an eye. And I would really like the guys now. Come on, we need some breathing space. We need to get something that can calm down my nerves and give us some safety margin. We definitely do. Currently, though, Watford is only getting 1 point here. That's very good news for us, because, as I said earlier, they are the team ahead of us. But they still have 4 to 5 minutes left to play, and they have that home advantage. So we are definitely not taking anything for granted from that game. I mean, we can step it up in the second one. Look at the ratings here. Can't really be pleased with it, and that's what I'm letting the guys know. But I'm going to try. No, let's stick like this for a little bit longer, considering go with 3 straight up normal midfielders there. But I'm going to stick with this a little bit longer, since we are dominating things. We haven't getting many highlights, have we? And here is Everton, but hopefully this is just the intro highlight. But you never know. And yeah, it was. They already made an sub here, a very early sub. Clock is ticking and ticking, and nothing is happening. I think we should change things up here. Let's move running a little bit higher in the pitch. Also, since he's picked up a yellow card, I'm gonna tell him to ease off tackles, and you will be shilling as a box to box. And say with you, Lukaku, we're gonna have you ease off tackles, just not to risk anything. And let's see if this works better or not. Okay, it's still taking. We haven't barely created anything at all during the second half. I'm not really pleased with this one, but I'm not quite sure what to change around to change the outcome. I'm going to see who's having a really crappy day at the work. Well, Lapadula, you clearly have, so you're out. Let's bring in Keane. And other than him, nothing too terrible. So let's take a look at who's tired instead. Afonso Sosa is tired, but he is also one of the lads that have been performing pretty decently in this game. I think I'm just going to keep it like this. Stay the last 2 subs a little bit longer. See what happens. Still, we are not creating anything at all here in the second half. I'm very displeased with this. 10 minutes left to play. Still not creating anything. Okay, Sosa, you're out. Gonna bring in David Silva. And we're gonna bring in... are we gonna bring in Fabregas? Are we? No, I don't think we are. think you're gonna go like this style. Remove Dembele because he is performing not as well as Branagh. Let's bring in Fabregas instead of him instead. 10 more minutes. At least we created a shot. I mean, what a boring second half here. At least when it comes to highlight, it's like nothing at all is happening. We are into extra time. It's about 1 minute. This could actually be a real highlight. Here's Keane. Keane across for Chamberlain. For Silva, David Silva, but he loses. Oh, look at this! Oh my god, we got a free chance. And guys, come on. That was a brilliant chance. And yes, we are on the lead, but we really can't afford to miss chances like that if we're going to be competing for a spot in Europe. Because, I mean, if you get something for free in this game, you'd really need to be able to take it. Because next time we might be 1 goal down when we get a chance like that. So we won this one, a 1 goal win, but we didn't play great. We didn't, and I think I'm gonna tell the lads that I'm not pleased. We need to step it up in the second one. And look at this, they all agree, all of them. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I actually didn't take a look at the Watford results, so I'm going to take a look at it here instead. And they actually only managed to get a draw, which is brilliant for us, because that means we are both the teams at the same amount of points, but we have the stronger goal difference. That is fantastic. And actually at the same time, Liverpool only managed to get a draw at home versus Man United, which means they lost out on points also. So we actually overtook both Watford and Liverpool with these results. That is brilliant, but it also shows how very, very close it is here. I mean, we had three teams with only 1 point margin, and even if you go down here a few points, like a few teams, they're not too far behind. But this is much better than it looked before the game. We need to focus like this. We need to keep on taking 3 points, because we need to end this season somewhere around here-ish. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Next episode is going to be special. Maybe not next, but the transfer window will have open, and that's going to be huge. I'm not sure if I'm going to sign anybody. As I said earlier, we have the money, but if we're going to spend it, it's going to be for something we feel like, yeah, this is a good investment in a player that will strengthen our team, go like straight into our main squad. Or I mean, I can always sign a youngster if I find somebody interested and very cheap. But for the big bucks, I'm willing to spend it if we can sign the first team player, somebody that can make a difference for the second half of the season. But the transfer window is going to be open for a month, so probably that won't have happened for next episode. But you never know. You never know what happens during the transfer window. But that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.